What's going on, guys? It's Dylan, and I'm back again with another comic book rant. Now, today, I want to do a comic book review on The Mask. I pledge allegiance to The Mask, issue 2, coming out of Dark Horse, only, I believe, a 5-issue miniseries. Might be 6, but I believe it's 5. I want to start off with saying, if you're new to my channel, if you wouldn't mind hitting that subscribe button, hit the like, I'd appreciate it big time. But let's get started on this review. We got Christopher Cantwell doing the writing, art by Patrick Reynolds, and colors by Lee Lowridge. Absolutely, I had so much fun with this issue. I think it starts a little slow, but for the most part, it was exactly what the first issue was. But the story's picking up and it's going, taking it somewhere pretty crazy, and I'm really interested to see how far Christopher Cantwell actually takes this story, because it's violent, it's a little gory, and it's just badass, dude. I really have had a lot of fun with this, because I always, as a kid, I absolutely loved the Jim Carrey Mask movie. Always knew that like the comic book was a lot darker take of the Mask. So that it works right up my alley, me being a horror fan. You know what I mean? I actually just have so much fun with it. But let's get into this. We're continuing where we left off, obviously, in the first issue, where this lady mayor who is running for president, she is trying to track down the Mask. She's actually, I looked this up because I don't know much about the Mask and like Big Head comic book origins and stuff like that. I just know a little bit. But it seems that this mayor is actually she's actually what is it? She's oh my god, Stanley Ipkiss's ex-girlfriend. She's actually worn the Mask before, and that's a big thing, that she's kind of craving the power of the Mask. And it starts off though with that guy who had the Mask last issue, and he actually got rid of the Mask, threw it in a river. But before he threw it in the river, he took out those really shithead parents that were literally keeping like foster kids in cages and feeding them spoon-filled chocolate syrup. Like, it was just crazy, and they completely deserved to die. And you actually find out that he didn't just kill them just because they were doing that, which was a reason why they should have died, in my opinion. But they actually put that harm onto him. So these were people that actually did him harm when he was a kid, and he was just getting justice, basically, and trying to make sure that these people could never do that again to any other kids, because obviously they kept doing it over the years. But so that Miss Mayor, she sent people after to find the Mask, and they've come across the one kid, and I think he's a Spanish kid, like in his 20s at least, maybe 30s. And he tells them that I it made me a sinner doing what I did, but I had to get rid of those people so that they could never hurt anyone else again. But after that, I got rid of it. I threw it in the river because I just couldn't. It made me a sinner, but it was worth the price to make sure that these people could never hurt anyone again. And the guy that is hired by Miss Mayor to track the Mask down, he's like, "How the hell did you get it off?" And he's like, "I prayed to God." And he's like, "Really? That worked?" Kind of being sarcastic, but it where was it? Let's see. Oh, okay. After that, we get after that CI who Miss Mayor is hired to track down the Mask, we get a part where it looks like Big Head, or whoever's wearing the Mask right now, is tracking down anybody that is running up for president, and it looks like he's gonna take them out, like straight Godfather style, dude. Like, I'm gonna take out everybody so that I can win. And the first guy he takes out is, what was his name? Nick Williker or something. Yeah, something like that. But dude, he comes in looking like you know, Mr. America, and he's like, I want you, but you're a piece of shit, and you turned into like a grimy asshole, and you've lost sight of the American dream. And dude, he just rips he rips the face off, shows he's big head, and then he continues to go and rip the guy's face off. Man, it was just it was fantastic. The artwork was just the artwork goes perfect for this story. Then we go to you know, that Miss Mare. She's like kickboxing with this guy, and she's kind of talking about her past and how she had some speed junkie boyfriend in high school before Stanley Ipkiss, and he's doing 20 now for beating the shit out of some woman to death, and she dated him, that the woman that got killed right after the mayor, and I guess he kind of beat on her too when they were dating. And you know, she goes to say like Stanley was different, innocent, weak, but he was an animal too, just like the rest. And then she goes to say like, but nobody touches me now. And then she kind of knocks this guy out, and she's like, we'll take him to the hospital and make him sign an NDA. Then the detective that she hired to you know, track down the mask, he comes in, and he's just kind of giving her shit, saying like, oh, you've come a long way since Ipkiss and stuff. And he kind of throws some shade at her, like, you know, I remember the big head having a ponytail at once, and that's kind of throwing shade at her because, like I said, I guess she has worn the mask before and become big head. That's why she's kind of chasing the mask. It's kind of in a way like she's trying to chase the dragon and get that power back. You know, it seems like anyone who gets the mask, it's kind of hard to let go of that power and just, you know, toss it away, or even to take the mask off. It seems it's not, you know, it's obviously not like the Jim Carrey mask that some people are really used to, you know. And she finds out that she after she's talking to that guy, he's like some like military guy or agent comes in and says, you know, we need to talk, we have a situation in Stovetop, Miss Mare. And what they found is the first victim of Big Head. And dude, Big Head has just strung this dude up, and no shame, man, he's strung this dude up, and he puts a tag under him like enemy of the people. And dude, it's just crazy. And then, as you know, after kind of people are on alert a little bit, there's another guy that's running for president, and he's having, actually, I got that wrong. I think I said Nick Orville Williker was the first to get killed, and he's the one that's strung up. I think I said Nick was his name or something. Nick Rogers is the second runner-up or campaign runner that gets killed second. And you know, after he's done doing his speech, he decides he's gonna take a, you know, take a little run to the bathroom. And dude, little does he know that Big Head's actually waiting in the bathroom for him, and comes out of the toilet and just straight stomps his face into the toilet, gives him a swirly, the whole 9 yards. Like, it was me being an Austin Powers fan growing up, it was kind of funny to see somebody get a swirly. I just always, like, that was just always a joke my dad would like tell me. He'd be like, you want a swirly, kid? And it was just goofing around, but it was always I always just love that Austin Powers scene when he like smashes the guy's head into the toilet and just gives him a swirly. That was yeah, Austin Powers, that's just a good one. But this was like I said, he takes out that election runner, and then kills him brutally, and then casually gives a guy a mint after, and like a totally different, like he's a bathroom attendee or something. And then you see like blood in the background. He's like, hey, you want a mint? It's just crazy, man. I really like this like crazy maniacal psychotic Big Head. It's really fun, and you really don't know where he's gonna go. Or if you think you know where he's gonna go, he's gonna take it tenfold and just go past your expectations. And next we get to this scene where Miss Mare, it looks like she's having like it's like a dream or a night. It's technically a nightmare, and you see actually Stanley Ipkiss is an agent, and he's like, Miss President. She's having a dream where she's president, and Stanley Ipkiss is like her agent that protects her, and he's like the area is secure, Miss President, and he's like, they're talking about, who cares about a couple murders. She's like, who cares about a couple ludicrous murders, like I got bigger things to deal with. And then somebody in the background's like, you care. And then yeah, sorry, those, if you're wondering, those are my notes, because I took a bunch of notes for this issue. It was a great issue. And you see that it's actually Big Head, but it's not it's her. It's basically like herself talking to her in her nightmare. And it's like the version of her as Big Head saying, like, you care, you want, because you want the mask back, you want it real bad, like, don't you want that power, babe? You always have, ever since you put it on, like I was saying before. Like, she has always, ever since she put the mask on, she's been just searching, trying to find it, and like chase that power. And then because she even says, like, well, you know, you want that power because you think that if you become president and all this, that you're gonna, that you're gonna be all powerful. And I think that this is Ipkiss with like kind of the regular mask before it, it turns like it in its original form. And she's like, she's right. And then she wakes up from her nightmare screaming, and she goes right to like City Hall, and one of her advisors is telling her, like, don't go and speak. You know, it's not a good idea. People are kind of gonna go crazy, and it's just not a good idea. No matter what you say, it's gonna go wrong. And her advisor is right, because there's a guy who ends up. Well, the reason she wants to go and talk is because that they found out that not just after those two people were killed, Big Head continues on and kills about 3 more people brutally. Let's see, one of the organization parties, Rita Vasquez, flown at half-mast above her own corporate downsizing firm. Another one was washed and waxed to death in his small business car wash chain. Another one was what was it? General Conway from the War Party fired out an M1 tank like a bag of fucking chips. That's like the exact words. And then they even say, they're like, and not to mention the front runner, I guess, was Nick Rogers, being flushed at his own fundraiser. So after his fundraiser, that's when Big Head hit. And she ends up still going on to talk to the press or whatever. And one guy, what do you know, man? He starts like, oh, you see he lifts up his shirt, and he's got staples. He starts cutting it open, and this dude, he's like, got no pain sensation in my nerves, eh? He's like, allows me to do some pretty neato things, as he's just like unsewing his stomach and pulls out a damn C4 explosive bomb. And he's like, yeah, how did you think I was going to get this past, security? That's exactly what he says. How else am I supposed to get past those pat downs and metal detectors? And continues to go and throw the bomb right at, the Miss Mare. And, dude, she luckily actually survives and gets pushed out of the way by her advisor. And then, boom. After that happens, because I believe that was being broadcasted on television, it cuts, and then you get Big Head taking over the dang televised broadcast. And man, he continues to tell America what he's gonna do if he becomes president, or more like when he becomes president. And I'm gonna actually repeat all this because it is so worth it. Spoiler alert if you don't want to know this part, but I've already covered so much of the story. He goes, America, you deserve all, and I am everything, America. I am your own mind. Let's use more atom bombs. Let's write our poem in our wrong minds. We are angelic. Let's take off our clothes. Let's fill our libraries with tears. Let's steal eggs from India. Let's make insane demands. Um, Continues to go. America, vote for me. No more taxes. Instead, Schedule 1 drugs at the supermarket, free of charge. Canada shall be ours. Um, a handgun for every child. Every one of you is a dream deferred millionaire. We will blow up the moon, execute the homeless, steal all the oil, make all the money, create all the jobs. Let's get one thing straight. This America, my America, is an America that fucks. See you in November at the polls. And then it ends there, and then it goes shh, static, and then he goes, thanks Laszlo, my man. And it looks like this guy Laszlo, I did not get a chance to look him up, but it looks like he's been after the mask as well for a long time, and it looks like I don't know him and Big Head's relationship or why he hired him, but I think he's kind of Big Head's advisor. And he even says, like, why do I need you? Like, I could do this myself. And he's like, yeah, true, but I think you'll want to win this, fair and square. And he's like, okay. And I love it, though. Because Lazo's like, he's like, as far as I'm concerned, you're the best man to beat. And then he's like, you sure? Some are going to consider me a dark horse in this race. And he's like, you hear what I said? I said dark horse. Dark horse. And he's like, dark horse. So fuck yourself. It was, dude, just Big Head is just so good, man. It's so good. And then it looks like his family comes in, or the family of whoever is behind the mask of Big Head, and they even say, he's like, there are my little munchkins, and then he's like, come here and give your old man a squeeze, and then his son goes, Daddy, are you a monster now? And then he goes and, kind of bitch smacks him and goes, you little bastard. So I don't know if those were actually his real kids, but I think that they probably were, or they're at least whoever is behind the mask. But like I said, I think that Laszlo guy is definitely double crossing Big Head. He's just waiting for his moment. And I love that after that you get a TV announcement, and it's everyone just talking on the news reporters and stuff, talking like Big Head for president. And then some of these guys are like, what was it? They're talking about, they're like, yeah, well, look, he's got a good shot. And they're like, yeah, he's got a good shot because all the runner-ups were just murdered. So there's only him and Kathy. Kathy is Miss Mayor. And Stanley Ipkiss's ex-girlfriend, like I said before. And it's just funny. This guy, he reminds me, Dad's gonna kill me. It's that one guy who always has those conspiracy theories. And he's just always going nuts. And he's on it's gonna, oh my god, every time I'm trying to think of somebody, I wanted to say like Paul Rogan, but that is not it. That one guy though that has all those crazy conspiracy theories and is just gets so worked up about it, he's like, yeah, and I'm gonna just say it flat out, nobody might like it, but I like him, and I don't know what race he is under that weird makeup, but if it's white, all the better. It's just like, yeah, you know what I'm saying? Of course he would say that. He's on Joe Rogan, that guy that I'm on that does the conspiracy theories. He's on like Joe Rogan's podcast all the time. Alex Jones. That's who Alex Jones. I think that they're trying to make him like that.
Killed.
This guy. That's exactly who they're going for, man. That's exactly who. Alex Jones. That's who they're going for when they say this. When he's like talking like that. I like got his voice and everything. But you kind of end up finding out at the end maybe who might be wearing the mask. I think they might have said in the first issue, I just can't remember. I know it was some guy who just was having it was down on his luck, but the mask kind of speaks to him through his head, and he's like, don't punk out on me, Abner. And then one of his friends comes in, and he's like, just kind of giving him good luck and stuff, and he's kind of like Heavy is the one that wears the crown. And then basically that's where the issue ends up wrapping up. And then we get solicits for December 18th for the next issue. And it looks like in the presidential debate of the century, a woman with noble cause takes on a deranged green-headed murderer who promises to provide every taxpayer with as much high-tech weaponry as they can carry. So off rip, they're just going to keep going farther with this story, and I cannot wait. I am so excited to see where this goes. It's just been a hell of a ride these last two issues. Just so much fun. Just so crazy, man. And I can't wait to see how far they take it. Yeah. If you guys could hit that like button though on your way out, if you guys could hit that subscribe, I'd really appreciate it. And I'll catch you guys on the next one. Peace out.